25-19. Algonquin's looking confused.
Yeah, they're really out of sorts. They're letting that ball drop totally. Just shows you kind of where their heads are right now, and they just really struggled on service receive. And Camosun hasn't been serving overly tough, but they've been serving good locations, serving the lines and the seams. And Algonquin's really struggling on service receive.
And you can see the difference when we talk about body language. After that, the whistle was blown, changing sides.
Well,
Camosun ran to the bench, and the Algonquin Thunder walked to the bench.
Yeah, and that second set was huge. You could see actually the teams battled tough there at the end. Well, not right at the end, but through the midpoint of that game, knowing you don't want to go down 2-0. So Algonquin's got their work cut out for them now if they're going to beat the BC champs 3 straight. And Camosun, well, they're just rolling here, and they're playing really well. They're not making any mistakes, really. Serving well, they're passing well, and when it comes down to it, that's going to get it done for a team. If you serve better than they can pass, and vice versa, then you win that battle of the first contacts, and it just sets up the rest of the rallies, and Camosun is clearly outplaying Algonquin right now.
I like these intermission contests they have, serving the ball. But this contest always looks like it's for an official member of another team or something because they're wearing the official outfits.
Well, I'm not sure, but I don't think this guy serving right now was a player.
Perhaps administrator.
Yeah, more in the finance department possibly. But he got a T-shirt.
Once again, this is the Caldwell Banker, Fort McMurray.
Now, I wonder what our predictions are going to be holding up for the next game, because we've both picked Limoilou for the final.
Yeah, 3-1. I can't see that change.
We'll see.
It all depends what did the players do this afternoon. If the Limoilou team went to the hotel and went swimming in for a hot tub or something, that may affect them drastically.
Right.
Or if they laid low.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, Coach Picard for Limoilou will have them doing whatever they need to do to be ready, because he's a great coach, has his teams always ready to play. They're always tough. No matter who's on his squad, in or out, they play you tough every single time. He does a great job in getting that team ready to play. And they haven't dropped a set yet this weekend.
No. And they haven't dropped a game all year. In the Quebec Sports Federation.
So they are going to be tough to beat. But Grant McEwen, kind of a little miracle story on their comeback in the gold medal match in the provincial championships. They're a big team, and they play well and tough, and they've got some success right now. So it's going to be a great match, but I just think Limoilou's too powerful. And
just once again on PQM Net, these games will be archived for the next couple months, so you can watch them if you're not watching. If you aren't able to watch them live, you can watch them again and again and again. Just turn down the volume, and you get to watch them and see your favorite team playing. And number 12, Solonakis, serving, very consistent, but this time he needs his team to back him up on the offense.
Yeah, we'll see how Algonquin comes out here. They're fighting for the bronze. Well, that's a little more like we've seen from him all tournament. That tough serve, slicing cross court. That's a good start for them.
I still think if the volleyball goes in the stands to the fans, they should be able to keep it.
They should be able to keep it. Those balls are about $80 though.
If they buy it.
If they buy it.
Nice back set to Saddlemeyer, and that's long. 2-0 quick lead for the Thunder.
Well, it's a long road back when you're down 2-0, but you just play it 1 point at a time. And we've definitely seen in this year's college action scene 5-set comebacks when teams are down 2-0. So let's not count them out yet.
Oh, he's on his service. And he rushes right up for the setter. Good comeback by Hamilton. And the block at the net for the point. 3-0.
Yeah, this third set, this is going to be the toughest one for Camosun. They're going to have to keep rolling along with the momentum they got going here. As Algonquin has come out firing.
Slonaskis serving. Nice little serve, tips the net. Toomey cross court. Free ball, there's the big man. Gets back into position. And the block. Put out. Point. Chargers.
Yeah, that's a great shot. You know, there is a big block up there, but there's a lot of hands to use to hit off of and out of bounds.
Chris Abra serving. Nice little floater, little wobble on it. Stolnakis. And the quick kill for number 5.
Yeah, that's Adam Gain, and he's another one of their big middles for Algonquin. That's what they got to do. They got to pass the ball better and run those big middles.
Charlie Hamilton.
Easier said than done, though.
Hamilton with the service. Good pickup. Bad off net. Won by the big man. 5-1. Timeout called by Charles Parkinson.
Yeah, not the start they wanted.
No.
Still early in this set, though, and Parkinson calls a timeout, settle his team down, give him a little breather. This is such a game of momentum at this level. Any one little thing can turn a match around, and right now Algonquin's got all the momentum going. This weekend we've had the a U15 boys volleyball tournament here, and I can see a lot of the young guys are starting to come in to watch the match for the night, watch the bronze and the gold to follow. Hopefully, you know, some of those guys will be playing in this championship in about 4 or 5 years.
Without a doubt. I missed what the cheer was for. Did you catch that? There was a big cheer from the crowd. And they score the point. Good burn.
Yeah, good burn. It's a great shot. You know, he doesn't, nothing flashy about him. He just gets out there and gets it done. Hits the ball deep through the Algonquin block.
Derek Toomey serving. Quick set, quick point.
Great run. That's Kaelin Stone, and that's, you know, exactly what Algonquin has to do. It's such a difference. You know, you overpass the ball or don't pass the ball in front of the attack line. You can't run your middles, and Algonquin's middles could be so dominant if they just pass the ball well. That's going to be the key to their coming back in this match.
Good block at the net. Sloan putting it back. Going for the tip. They're there to cover. Up high, De Bruin, and Hall unable to get to it. Point.
Boy, he does get up, and we can really, especially from this angle, see how high he is above the block.
7-2. Adam Gain with the service consistent. Brent Hall to pick up. They're going back to De Bruin with the tip. Oh, unable to get it over.
Kind of got caught there. He ended up having to dig the tip first and didn't really get back off the net to get a full approach. Tried to roll it over. Just made a little roll shot into the net.
What I don't see, maybe it's past Everett. When I played, one of our plays was I would go up, fake a right-hand spike, and then tip with the left hand. You don't see that much anymore.
Well, they might have outlawed that.
Okay.
It was too deceptive, so they.
Okay.
But you do see that if there's, especially in the middle, if you miss the timing or the setter gets the ball out to you a little too on the outside, then whatever it takes to get the ball over if you're scrambling.
But they don't use that anymore as an actual fake?
No. Wow.
Force serving 8.
Well, I don't know if you can see how high the roof is in here, but that ball went off Solonakis' head and straight to the roof, which isn't too low.
Dennis Boyd serving. Nice little floater, just skims the net.
Another overpass by Algonquin, but they get it right back.
Solonakis to De Bruin and hits the court. 9-4. De Bruin serving. Doesn't want his team to go down 3 straight. Nice back set. Saddlemeyer off the block and the point.
Yeah, another great swing by Saddlemeyer from the right side. Well, they've seemed to have withstood this early surge by Algonquin. They're still down 4, Camosun is, but they've picked up their game since Parkinson called that timeout.
Alex Saddlemeyer. Good pickup by Betancourt. And put away by the big man, Jonathan Sloan.
Yeah, you know, a great pass by their libero, Betancourt. And that's what they're going to do. And if they can keep running the middle, they won't be stopped.
Sloan, a second-year player. And he's wide. But once you got to look at this Thunder team, 9 first-year players, 2 second-year players, 2 third-year players.
Yeah, and they got a very young team, but they do have experienced veteran guys in their core, you know, in positions. And but it's just, that's the college league, is you do have a lot of younger first, second-year players. But you can see the teams that have a great deal of success in this tournament are way more experienced. You'll see that, you know, the Limoilou team has a lot of third-year players, and Grant McEwen, same thing. And just, you know, all of these Algonquin guys maybe come back next year, and, you know, what this experience means for them and how they do next year is huge.
And there's the best server in the tournament, without a doubt, Kostas Solonakis.
Yeah, Solonakis is a great serve down the seam, between the 5-6 seam, we call that. And both passers looked at each other and it hit the floor.
Solonakis, can imagine him teaming up with Lapointe from Limoilou. Good pickup, nice soft set, and a put down. Solonakis, back row attack by De Bruin. Does he find open spot? No, Coots is there. Saddlemeyer, and the block at the net, won by Hamilton.
Big block by Charlie Hamilton, one-on-one, back row block. He was patient, he waited, and then jumped and got the ball straight down to the floor.
Solonakis continuing his streak at the line. Good concentration. And the point by number 7, Goodburn.
Yeah, he's got that shot down to a science, you know. It's his body and everything is facing cross court, and he just turns his hand and slices it. Just a half-speed shot down the line, but it scores for him.
Abra serving for the Camosun Chargers. And called in.
Yeah, they just can't touch the Camosun middles. Just aren't big enough to defend that ball. So I say it again. You know, Algonquin just continues to pass well. They will score in the middle, and they're way ahead in this set. 14-7.
Hamilton serving. Hall with a good pickup. Bit wide. Toomey saves it. Should be a free ball. Solonakis across for De Bruin, and oh my!
Well, he's just super athletic, and if I had to pick the best left side at this tournament, from what I've seen today, it would be him. And he does everything. He passes, he plays defense, but then he gets to the front row and is just dominant.
Well, we got another timeout, 15-7 in favor of the Algonquin College Thunder in blue from the Ontario Athletic Conference College. And they have lost game 1 and game 2 by identical 25-19 scores. They want to take this to possibly 5 games to win it for the bronze medal championship at the Caldwell Banker Fort McMurray Canadian College Athletic Association Men's National Championships, coming to you from Fort McMurray, Alberta, the regional municipality of Wood Buffalo, here at the Syncrude Sport and Wellness Center at the main gym, Canadian Natural Resources Limited Gymnasium. I'm Curtis J. Phillips, doing play-by-play for the 13 games, and I'm joined in the broadcast booth by the expert color commentary by former Keano College Huskies player, former Camosun College Chargers player, and former University of Victoria Vikings player, Lauren Jakula on pqm.net.
Well, we kind of thought Algonquin put up a little fight, and they certainly have. They're playing great this set. See if they can keep it rolling here the rest of the set, and then what's going to happen after that, it's anybody's guess.
Camosun throwing far back. Coots with the pickup. You mentioned that sidewinder. He does have that down pat. Toomey try to trick them. He did with the back set. De Bruin, Tower of Power, 16-7.
There's just such a mismatch when he's hitting over Derek Toomey, the setter for Camosun, who stands at, they have him listed at 5'10". That might be a little generous. But De Bruin at 6'5", 6'6", whatever he is, with huge leaping ability. Such a mismatch. I wonder what Camosun will do to change that up.
4 hits, no. And a block by number 5, Adam Gain.
Yeah, Algonquin now showing, why they're the Ontario champs. They're big size, skilled guys, and at the net, they're just dominant. And as long as they give them a chance to get those points, so if they're not overpassing the ball and making silly mistakes, they're rolling right now.
Charlie Hamilton picked up by Hall over to Toomey. Good hustle by the Solonakis. He's all over the court, Solonakis. Hall between the spike and off the tip.
Good little battle to net there. Goodburn able to wipe that ball off the hands of the blocker from Algonquin. Camosun way down in this set.
Derek Toomey assuming they're down 9, 17-8. High jump. Nice soft set back to Bruin. Just mistimed it a bit. 9-17.
Yeah, I just tried to cut that ball a little too sharp cross court and hit it into the top of the net.
Toomey continuing his service at the line. And off the block, point, 18-9.
That's a good choice by their setter to go to the right side. De Bruin's getting a lot of attention, obviously, because he's hitting the ball so well. So Camosun sends 2 blockers over. Let's set the ball back.
Adam Game serving 7 points away from a win in this bronze medal game. Not yet, says the Chargers.
Yeah, Dennis Boyd from Whitehorse. Getting the ball to the floor on a little 51 they ran. It's off a good pass by Camosun.
Whitehorse produces athletes and know a number of outstanding hockey players come from the Whitehorse area.
Another point for Camosun there. With the Algonquin overpass, their setter being in the back row. It's called a back row block. So the ball went off the setter. You cannot block if you're in the back row.
Nice tip and a push to calling 12-18.
Yeah, I call it a carried ball. Really struggling right now. Solonakis is trying to do everything he can, but Algonquin is just not giving him good passes. And Camosun is starting to sneak back in this set.
Good burn. Solonakis to De Bruin. They'll let it go. 19-12.
He's hitting that ball way above the net. The top of the antenna, he's making contact with that ball. So athletic, and Camosun's doing great just to get those touches on those attacks.
Keelan Stone from North Bay. The entire team from Ontario. Toomey goes wide to Hall, and the little man does it.
Great shot by Hall, yeah. Went to sleep for a little while there, but there he's back.
That's right. I was going to say the exact same thing. Has been quiet. Curtis Wood coming in, serving specialist. Number 2 for the Camosun Chargers.
Curtis clearly in a mustache growing contest. Looks good.
Well, nice little floater. Back set to Sademeyer. And Sloan wins the battle at the net, 2013.
Yeah, and you mentioned it. especially from our angle, you can really see how much the ball moves in here. This is a really big facility with a lot of kind of air moving around the facility, and that ball gets up with no rotation on those standing float serves, and it really moves a lot.
And service ace, 21-13.
Yeah, there's one of the other things that De Bruin can do for you. Tough spin serve.
Substitution coming into the game, number 13. Karch McLean. It's first time. I haven't seen him in for a long time. Interesting substitution.
Karch is a hometown boy for them, from Ottawa.
Mom and Dad probably watching. Your kids have been behaving. Settlemyre off the block. Set to DeBruce. High. It's saved.
Great dig. Great dig by Camosun.
Again to De Bruin, but he had to hold up. Stop for a second. Back to Settlemyre. And that's off the antenna.
Yeah, looked like he hit that ball outside the antenna.
22-13.
You know, Karch McLean, his parents must have been volleyball people. The greatest volleyball player, in many people's opinions, is Karch Karai from the United States. So born with a name like Karch, he just knew he was going to be a volleyball player. It's like naming a newborn Kobe. What do you think he's going to want to do when he grows up?
That's for sure. Well, I'll tell you, my dad has a sense of humor. My brother's name's Jeff, and there was a cartoon character named Mutt and Jeff. He was literally going to call me Mutt to my late mother convinced him not to.
Probably 4. A good move.
Yeah, I know, eh? Settlemyre serving, picked up by Betancourt. Up high, that's the kill. 23-14.
Big swing by Hamilton on the left side. Very solid player. You know, doesn't get as many sets as De Bruin, maybe not as flashy, but really gets the job done for them on the outside.
Back to Hall, way too far.
Yeah, looked like Algonquin was on the net there. See Adam Gain coming over from the middle to block and just jumped a little too close and landed on the net.
15-23. Brent Hall taking his time. 8 seconds for the service. And it's long, 24-15. He said darn.
I don't know if that's exactly what he said, but that's what we could say on the air anyway. But like Algonquin's going to go on to win this set. Now we'll see how Camosun's going to respond, because this third set can really change the course of a match. Algonquin is in total control right now.
And they win it. 25-15. So we know this is going 4 games at least. We've only had one other 4-game series, and that was the previous game, if my memory serves me right. This is game 12. Following this, at 6:55, will be the gold medal championship for the CCAA Men's Volleyball Championships. Limilu Titans against the McEwen Griffins from Edmonton. We'll tell you more about Limilu in a while, about their dynasty days in 20 years, and then about the Alberta dynasty that started in 1994. So will it be Remember the Titans or staying in Alberta?
What a difference in the match so far. The first 2 sets really all Camosun, and boy, if you had just started watching the game in the third set, you'd think, how is Algonquin losing? Because they were totally dominant. Passed the ball well, ran middle, blocked big, outside hitters put the ball away, they served tough, did everything right. Now we'll see what's gonna happen. What's Camosun gonna do to come back off of that? I know it's not really good to do during game predictions, but I have a feeling we're gonna see a 5th set in this one.
Why is it not good to do too many?
Because it's too easy, because we're almost halfway there already.
Okay. As a sports journalist for, I don't know, since 1976, you know, starting young, and I've loved making predictions. That's the fun of it. You know, you give your opinion, then people, you know, razz you saying you don't know what you're talking about, and that's the joy. You do your homework, you kind of can tell who's going to win.
Well, it's a little easier to say now. Or look like we're going 5. Camosun won the first 2. Algonquin dominated them in the third. All the momentum right now, but they got to keep it up. That Camosun team, they're a good squad. They got good ball control, and it'll be tough to beat.
Well, I already had one comment from an Edmonton fan up watching, saying, how dare you guys say 3-1 in favor of the Limilu Titans? You're Alberta guys. What are you saying, 3-1?
Yeah.
Well, you can't be homers. You have to basically call it like you see it.
Yeah, just based on what we've seen this weekend, right? I haven't got to see Limilu play a lot this year. I've seen Grant McEwen a little bit, but I think anyone with an unbiased opinion would say Limilu has looked the best so far in this tournament. But that, again, doesn't mean anything. And Grant McEwen is a very good team. They're the Alberta champs. Alberta has won the national championship for the last several years. And it's anybody's game, at that point. They got to do it on the floor. We can make all the predictions we want, but we're not in the game.
Well, here we go, game 4. White on left of your screen. The Camosun College Chargers won games 1 and 2 by identical 25-19.